I'd like to take a moment to thank my channel members. Thank you. It's continued support like yours that keeps this channel growing. And if you haven't already, please consider joining today. Hello and welcome to That's Just Prime, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Transformers Legacy Evolution Armada Universe Optimus Prime, and I love this toy. Released in the summer of 2023, this is a Commander class figure and it retails for approximately $90. And this is one of the figures that I picked up just recently at TFCon 2023 in Orlando. And I have to give a big shout out and thank you to my friend, fellow YouTuber and 3D printer extraordinaire, Fire Talks. I was having a hard time finding this figure and he was able to find two of them, picked one up for himself, picked one up for me, and he hand delivered it to me at TFCon in Orlando. So Fire Talks, thank you so very much for helping me to acquire this figure. It's one I've really been looking forward to. So here we have Prime in his vehicle mode. We've got the box right here. We'll take a look at this. This box is absolutely huge. It is a Commander class figure after all, so this is a pretty big box, but it's a completely closed box. Artwork is absolutely stunning. You've got Optimus Prime right there in a super mode, Armada Universe Optimus Prime Commander class Transformers. That product shot of the vehicle on the top of the box there. Got some really cool artwork, that Legacy Evolution artwork that we've been seeing on the side. We've got a transformation sequence here on this side. That is pretty cool. And then on the back, we've got product shots of the toy here, both in vehicle mode, regular robot mode, base mode, and super robot mode. 22 steps, 20 steps, it's a bunch of steps. It also comes included with a poster of instructions, which I'm not even going to show because the thing is huge. And I'm going to show you how to transform it anyway. So I'm not even going to bother. Here's Optimus Prime in vehicle mode, and he looks absolutely fantastic, very reminiscent of that original Armada Prime, and we're going to see that here shortly in our comparisons. But this figure is absolutely beautiful. I've been playing with this and I just cannot stop playing with it. Here in vehicle mode, the truck is approximately 7 inches long. The trailer is approximately 8 inches long. The combined length is about 11.5 inches, and it's a height of 4 inches without the rifle there. With the rifle, you know, 4.5 or so. And again, he looks fantastic. He rolls really nice. So you've got 6 wheels on the front of the truck right here on the cab, and then for the back, we don't have rolling tracks, very much like the original toy. We just got these two little wheelies down here on the inside there. And you can see the hitch right there goes into that port right there, and that's how you're going to combine the truck and trailer. Rolls really nicely. Done again like that original Armada Prime. Red cab with a blue back, silver details, a little bit of gold touches here and there. The trailer done mostly in gray, silverish gray, blue, silver, and of course you got that Autobot logo right back there going all the way around the back. You know, you've got, it's a pretty clean look when compared to the original one. A lot of people have been commenting about this piece back here, but you'll see in a moment when I bring up the original one. The original one had like a big box hanging out of the back here, which was actually a counterweight for that gimmick. So, you know, it's still a very good looking figure. A couple of comparisons real quick. First, we're going to bring out the what was this? This was the deluxe Armada Optimus Prime, or what has been known or come to be known as Bendy Prime. I kind of like to call it Floppy Prime because he is a bit floppy in his old age, but Bendy Prime right there, so you can see what the two of them look like together. And then let's see if we can fit this, if we can make this happen. I don't know that we can make this happen. I may need to bring this camera up or do something here because it's just, yeah, it's just too far away. Or rather that I need to get far away, or in this case, up above, so that we can get both vehicles captured in frame, so you can see the differences. The original one is still quite a bigger than this new one, but you can see all the similarities right there. Here's that big box I was telling you guys about. So again, you know, when people are talking about this being kind of unsightly, the original one had a big box right there. We didn't care about it back then. So, you know, it's not bad. I think it's a very nice update to this old original figure. I think it looks really good. And while I'm transforming some of these figures here behind the scenes, behind the camera kind of a thing, let's talk about I almost said a couple of shows. I only have one more show announcement left because TFCon's behind us now. So let's talk about a show that I'm going to be at here pretty soon, and that's Free Play Florida, happening November 17th through the 19th at the RP Funding Center in Florida. And what this is my annual gaming convention. This show is so much fun. So basically what happens with this show is that people like myself, who are private owners and collectors of arcade machines, vintage consoles, just video games in general, we put together this show, and we're going to be turning the RP Funding Center into Florida's largest arcade for an entire weekend. The name of the show is Free Play, so you don't need any quarters. Once you get into the show, you pay to get into the show, that's it. No quarters needed. If you see a game that you want to play, you walk up to it, you hit the button, you start playing the game. Arcade machines, pinball machines, vintage computers, consoles. There's going to be gaming competitions. There's going to be world record-setting events. There's going to be panels. There's going to be concerts. There's going to be shows. There's going to be comedy. It is such a fun event, and I'm a guest, which is the first time I've ever been invited to be a guest at a show ever. It's very, very exciting. I'm going to be doing a panel with John Riggs, who I'm a huge fan of, so I'm really excited to meet him in person. I've been talking with him online, looking forward to meeting him in person. So that's going to be Free Play Florida, happening November 17th through the 19th at the RP Funding Center in Florida. Now, I'm going to finish transforming these figures, and we're going to get back to this review. All right, so transformation for the vehicle, we'll start off with the base mode. Now, when you pull off the cab, there are some outriggers here on the back, so you can pull these down, one on each side, and that is going to let the vehicle stand, or rather the trailer stand on its own. That works as outriggers right there. Now, to get to the base mode, we'll start there. We're going to start with separating the panels here on the back. Let's go ahead and separate that there. Open up all of these panels here. Take this back piece here and pull this up. There's some tabs here that should have been tabbed in here. It kind of soft tabs, it's not super secure. Come around the bottom right here, and this piece here is tabbed in here and here, so you can pull this down. We'll just pull that down. Those two tabs normally go right there. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to start separating the top halves of the trailer right here. So we're going to go ahead and pull these off. Now these are tabbed in. You'll notice that there's a tab there and there. These go into these slots right here. And then along the bottom, there's tabs there and there that go into these slots here and here. So that's where everything tabs in. And we're just going to bring these down. Flip the whole thing over, and then we're going to bring this up. Now, before we bring this up, take this panel here and rotate it. And then the two tabs, the outer tabs, are going to go into these slots here. So when we bring this up, we're going to want to tab that in there and secure that on that panel there. And then we can bring this up, close. This is kind of a double hinge here, so we're going to close that up, and then using that hinge, we're going to point that forward. Let's work on these pieces here. So with this pointing straight forward, we're going to take this box here, and this is on a double hinge, so we're going to double hinge this down and just make it flat. And then we're going to push that piece right into that knee piece there. When we bring this up, this panel is going to go in first, and then this panel should tab in right there. Mine tabs kind of so-so. So we'll do that again over here. We'll get this piece, double hinge it down, snap that in place, put that there, bring this panel up, and then bring a whole leg piece up and tab that right in there. And then these little tabs here, we're going to point these down. These are going to work as supports. And that's pretty much our base mode. We'll take our little gun, we can pop that in there. And see what I mean? Mine don't tab great. This one just doesn't really tab all that great. But anyway, there's the base mode. It's kind of meh. Oh, I forgot. This little piece right here. This is going to come up. So that comes up. That's our base mode. Admittedly, is kind of meh, but let's be honest. The original one was also kind of meh. It was nothing more than just a piece for the micro. They weren't the microns. No. Minicons. I forgot their name. So anyway, it was a place for the minicons to play on. That's really what added the play value was putting the minicons here and there, and being able to activate some of the action features and had little launching missiles and whatnot. If it wasn't for that, the structure itself Really wasn't all that much to write home about. However, that being said, there is something that we can do with this I think makes it better. So what I like to do, I take the gun, I pop it here, point it the other way. Take this gun, turn it around. Turn this whole thing around, take these struts again, point them forward, and then this piece here, turn it and point it that way. I think this works better as a base because now we have more cannons. We have these launchers here. This kind of looks like a little seat for a mini-con to sit on, kind of like a little command thing kind of a thing. You can kind of work on this and bring it up higher if you'd like. I think this works better. Again, it's kind of a made-up base anyway, so, you know, you can play with it any way you want. This is what works for me. I kind of like it this way. I think that works for me. So that's just kind of the way I like it, but I just kind of wanted to show you both of those. So that's the base. Let's get over here and work on the truck itself. And to get the truck into his robot mode, relatively simple, very similar to the original two figures, if you think about it. So we're going to start here on the top of the roof here. Just push that forward. Come down here to the bottom. We're going to open these panels up. And that's going to allow us to bring the toes out. And then we'll close those up again. Let's see. Okay, yeah, we'll work on the legs while we're on here. This is really neat. I like this a lot. So the wheels are going to rotate. They are tabbed in right there, slot and tab right there. There is another tab as you rotate these around. There's another little tab right there, and this whole piece is going to kind of soft click into place right there. I really like that that little detail there. That's really, really nice right there. And then we can open these and then pull these up like that. And that's going to allow us to separate the legs and kind of pose them. So there's your legs right there, all done. On the front here, we're going to take the window or the headlights, and we're going to pop these up. These are on a double hinge, and you want to be careful. These can and will pop off on you. So just double hinge those out like that. So we'll do that over here as well. That's going to allow us to take the front of the hood right here and just pull this whole thing forward, down, and double hinge it back again to form Prime's chest. Now, this does open. There is a matrix in here, and the matrix is removable. So it is on a little peg right there. And there's your matrix right there, see-through. Would be cool if we had a little light feature there, but we just haven't been getting those lately. So anyway, there's your matrix. You close that back up again. On the arms right here, take this whole side of the truck right here, pull that off, and then you can straighten that arm right there, bring this up, and then this piece is going to double hinge down. So we're going to double hinge it there and there to form the arm. Same thing here. We're going to bring this out, straighten out that arm, and we're going to double hinge this all the way down. And that, or there rather, is our Armada Optimus Prime in his robot mode. And here in robot mode, Prime stands at approximately 6.5 inches tall. So he is approximately Voyager class. Let's bring in Scourge right here, or Laser Optimus Prime, just because he's on my desk right here. So you can see the two of them together. So you can see he's approximately in the regular robot mode. He is about Voyager size. Maybe a little beefier, a little chunkier than your average Voyager. Of course, this is maybe not the best example because he's supposed to be a leader, just because it's a Voyager class that came with a trailer. So you kind of get the idea. We all know this is a Voyager figure, so you can see this kind of also fits in a little, I guess, the larger side of the Voyager scale, if that makes any sense. So we'll set Scourge up over here, bringing him in close. Check out that head sculpt. That is Armada Prime through and through. He looks absolutely fantastic. And, you know, Prime just looks fantastic. He looks beefy. He looks built. You know, he looks strong. He's a very, very good looking Prime. I've always liked the design of Armada Prime, and just having one that is this well articulated. Yes, we had the Bendy Prime, which was very well articulated, but that figure seemed just small. This one seems beefy and bulky, like he should look, but he's also articulated, so it's very nice. The head is on a ball joint. It moves up and down, side to side, in inquisitive tilting. The shoulders can go in and out using that hinge right there for rotation. They can also go forward and backwards all the way around. Rotation at the bicep, double bend at the elbow, and rotation at the wrist. No waist articulation due to the way this is going to combine, but these panels do move out of the way, allowing the legs to go forward, backwards, in and out, rotation at the thigh, bend at the knee. I guess you can tip the toes, and you also have ankle tilts for those wide stances. So again, very nice, articulated, and posable figure. Let me get that straightened out. The cannons here on the side, or the smokestacks rather, these do come out as well. Unfortunately, they don't combine like the original figure did. They're just pegged right there. So they don't combine like the original figure did. You can kind of get them to hold them. You have to angle it, you kind of have to angle it to the side there. And you can almost get him to hold them. So he can hold them as individual weapons. It's not perfect because he can't hold them straight. They will fall off. But if you angle them, see, I can usually get that arm. This arm gives me more trouble. But if you play with it enough, you can get them to hold them as handguns, I guess. Kind of wish they would have made those pegs just a touch longer so that he could hold them properly as handguns. But there you go. I guess that's one thing we can do with them. What these are meant to do, however, is this is for that Evo Fusion gimmick that we've got going on now. So there's ports on the side of his cannon right here of his rifle. So these do plug into the side of his rifle like that. So that's the Evo Fusion gimmick. So you can give him that with his rifle. Would have been nice again to have these combine and become a handgun, or just be able to hold them as individual handguns for the smaller robot mode. But, you know, at least there is something we can do with them. So, but again, just for this mode right here, I don't like taking the guns out and combining them. I guess if he's just going to do that, just leave him on his arms. That's just me. But there you go. So you can see what that looks like with his weapon. And again, for comparison, here he is with the Armada Deluxe class Optimus Prime. So you can see what the two of them look like together. You see what I mean? This was a very nicely articulated figure, but, you know, it just looks so small, you know. Still a great figure. I really like that figure a lot, but I think this is an improvement definitely over it. And here he is with the original leader class Armada Optimus Prime. So you can see what the two of them look like together. Of course, this guy just looks big and beefy and bulky, and it just looks like a weightlifter and a bodybuilder. He's supposed to, right? Not as articulated, but articulated enough. Also a fantastic figure with a really cool gimmick of that self-transforming trailer. So you got that going for it. So that's what the two of them look like. I guess I should show this off as well. Why not? Here it is with G1 Optimus Prime. So you can see what the two of them look like together. To transform into the super robot mode, we're going to start off with the trailer. So we're going to take Prime and just set him off to the side. And we're going to look at the trailer, or the base rather, right here. So take these. If you had the configuration like I did, we're going to pop these up again and just put those right there. And first things first, let's bring the camera up, because this is going to get tall. All right, so we're going to just take that, move it down, pop that up, leave this out, bring these down. These are going to be the legs, and we're going to take the feet right here. We're going to stick these out. And then these panels back here, we're going to fold these out. Those are going to be the heel supports right there. These panels are going to come down and form the sides of the legs right there. And that's pretty much the legs done right there. We're going to take this little tread piece right here. We're going to spin this around. We're going to take this red piece here. We're going to open that up. And these little kind of these cannon launchers right here, we're going to just angle that out right there. And we're going to leave that just like that. We are going to take this piece here. We're going to flip it up there. So you'll notice that this is on a double hinge. So we're going to bring that up as high as it'll go. And then we're going to take this whole thing here. Let's see, we're going to bring this down. Open this cannon up again. Like that. And these two tabs are going to go into these two ports right here. So we're going to fold this over and just tab that in place right there. Now we're going to take this whole piece right here. We're going to rotate this around just like so. Bring down the waist piece, bring down the side skirts, and there's the bottom half of the robot, of the super robot rather, right there. I guess, should we bring this down a little bit? So we're going to leave it pretty much like that for now. That's done. Bringing Prime back into the picture. So we're going to take pretty much the whole top of the truck here, and we're going to turn him back into a truck again. So let's see. We're going to bring these pieces up again. just kind of turn these out and turn that up again. All right, so we'll bring those up all the way, and then we're just going to leave these out and out of the way for now. We are going to open this. Actually, we're going to fold this. It was like that for the regular robot mode. We're just going to bring it out like that, and we're just going to leave this like this for now because we're going to work on the legs right here. So take these panels again where we opened up the panels earlier to reveal the toes. Open those up again. Fold the toes in, and then rotate the whole thing out to bring out these super robot arms, and then close these back up again and tab them closed. And as you'll notice, there's two tabs here, and then there's these two slots on the panel right here that are going to go over those two tabs to lock everything in place. So that's pretty much all done there. Now these are we're going to separate this piece right here, and these are just going to kind of spin out like that. We're going to bring these out, rotate that and bring it all the way out, and then actually we didn't need to rotate it, bring it up like that, bring the arm, rotate the arm out, and that's one arm done. So again, we're going to bring this down, bring the arm down, and rotate these up. Now these panels, we had all these panels opened up for the robot mode so that he could have leg articulation. We don't need that anymore. We can close those up again. We're going to reach back here. We're going to get the head out. Now as you bring the head out, you'll notice there's tabs in there. There's little slots. If you look at that little red piece that the head is connected to, there's little slots in there. So what I like to do is I like to push the arms forward ever so slightly, bring the head up, and let it just kind of snap into place. And then once you relieve the pressure on these, it just kind of locks everything in place. You can take the head here and open up his little earpieces right there. Now that we've got all of that done, we can straighten these out again. So we're going to bring the arms all the way back as far as they'll go, and then angle them on a 90 on that second hinge, and then we're going to straighten up this part of the truck right here. And as we do that, there's a tab right there on the inside of the arm that's going to tab into that slot right there on the back of his shoulder. So tab that right in there. Same thing here. We'll bring the arm back, fold it up again, straighten out that front part of the cab, and tab that arm right into the back there. And there we go. We are ready for combination. So we'll probably need to bring the camera up once more. We'll do that here. Now to combine this, what we're going to do is we're going to bring this in. The grill is going to go into these slots right here. And then these tabs here on this red piece are going to tab into the back of his shoulders right there. So we're going to slot this in like this. We'll slot that in there, slide it all the way in as far as it'll go. Everything is going straight, and then this is going to come down and tab into place there and there. And then we're going to bring this down, and there's these two hooks here and here that are going to go into these two slots right in there and there. And you'll hear it snap. And you just heard it snap, and then once it's snapped, you can actually push this up and lock that into place. When you go to take this apart, there are tabs here and here. You push on these tabs, and you see how there's a little piece just kind of pushed forward, and that's going to allow you to bring Prime up again. To reset the tabs, when you push these in, they're going to lock into place. So to reset those, all you have to do is pull back on this. And because you need to unlock those tabs again to fold this back for the truck mode, or for the, for the truck mode really. So, all right, so with that out and the hooks out again, bring that down. That's going to lock into place. And there is our legacy evolution Armada Optimus Prime in his robot mode, looking absolutely fantastic. In the super robot mode, stands approximately 10.5 inches long at the top of the head right here to the top of the missile launchers there. So about 10.5 inches, give or take, right there. Really good looking. Now he does have a bit of a backpack. This has been a point of, oh, you can take these panels here and just kind of fold these up. And I want to address this real quick because this seemed like it was going to be a point of contention. It looks bad in pictures. It looks bad in video. It probably looks bad in what you're looking at right now. But admittedly, once I got it in hand, it doesn't look that bad. I actually don't think that looks terrible. The only real thing is that you kind of have that tail hanging out right there. So the thing that that you can do, that I like to do, I like to bring this up, bring this all the way up like that, fold this all the way down, rotate it, and then bring it up. He already had a backpack. You're just giving him a little bit more of a backpack. It's really not that much. And that makes for a nice, clean silhouette right there. For the purpose of this review, I am going to leave it like this. When I go to display this on my shelf, I will probably put it back the way the instructions intended, which is like this, just to kind of save a little bit of backspace so that I can back him up against the wall, being that he's one of the larger figures. So you can do either or, works just fine if you ask me. So again, for the purpose of the review, just because I like the way that looks, I'm going to leave it like that. So again, the robot mode here is approximately 10.5 inches long. And again, that looks like Armada Super Robot Optimus Prime. I absolutely love that. Actually, before I do that, I do want to show you something else. So again, taking a look at him all the way around. You got the reds for the cab right there, and then it goes down to the blue gold shoulders, blue arms, gold fists, blue and gold on the waist, silver on the legs, blue and gold on the shins, and black on the feet. Just like the original figure, just like the original design. This looks fantastic, going all the way around. It really is a fantastic update to that original figure, because we have a very detailed, very nice posable figure. I dig this. I like it a lot. Articulation wise, the head is on a ball joint. You got up and down, you got inquisitive tilting, you got side to side. Shoulders can go forward and backwards on a nice clicky ratchet all the way around. You got in and out again on that ratchet, rotation at the bicep, and you got a nice bend at the elbow. You have rotation at the wrist, and you have fingers that open. This is cool. They got the fingers that open and close, but you still have the pegs there for the rifle, which is what I was showing you. I said I was going to hold off. So you can open and close the fist, and you can also hold that rifle, which is pretty cool. Of course, there is no waist rotation because he's all clipped in there, so that's not going to work, but skirts do move, and the legs can go forward, back, in and out, rotation at the thigh, bend at the knee, and ankle tilts. You can do wide poses with them, very wide poses with them. Van Damme them if you want. So again, it's really neat to be able to have this design of Optimus Prime in such a way that he's super detailed and he's super posable, which is something we were not able to do with the original figure. And for comparison, we'll bring that figure in here so you can see what the two of them look like. So again, the original figure, awesome figure, looks just imposing and commanding, and it looks awesome. Love it, but let's face it, in this mode, it's nothing more than a display piece. There wasn't a whole lot of holding it and playing with it. The whole bottom half of this, it has absolutely no articulation. If you try to grab the figure and play with it, it's going to come off. It's going to separate in half, right? Great toy, truck mode, base, robot mode, fantastic. The super robot mode, let's face it, more of a display piece. So being able to have one that is super posable and very just displayable, it's just playable. You can play with this thing. You can pose it. You know, if you're into photography, if you're into stop motion, that kind of stuff, this figure is going to be right up your alley. It looks fantastic and it poses great. So it's just such a great improvement over the, or not improvement. Well, it does have improvements. Admittedly, it is improved. But I don't like to call it an improvement because it kind of feels like I'm demeaning this one, which I'm not. It's a great update. This is a really, really nice update to this figure right here. And if you don't have this one, this is a great figure. I love this figure. I love having it in my collection, but it's kind of hard to get now. So if you don't have this one, this is a really good alternative for you right there. So we'll set this guy off to the side. And why not? Just, I mean, they're already here. Here he is, Bendy Prime. It's super tiny little Bendy Prime. And here he is, G1 Optimus Prime. And I just realized that I forgot to plug spark plug into my Armada Prime when I brought him over. You see what I mean about the legs are flopping over? Again, you know, not a very playable figure, but there you go. This is how I keep him displayed. So let's put that there. There you go. There he is with spark plug, his Minicon. There you go. So you can see what the two of them look like together. This is a fantastic figure. I'm so happy that I have finally been able to get my hands on it. Again, big shout out to fellow YouTuber, Conbro, and 3D printer extraordinaire Fire Talks for helping me acquire this figure and hand delivering it to me at TFCon. That was so cool of you. Thank you so much to Fire Talks. And yeah, if you have a chance to get this figure, absolutely recommend it. This is a fantastic addition to your Optimus Prime shelf. And I think that about does it for the Transformers Legacy Evolution Commander Class Armada Universe Optimus Prime. I am out of breath just trying to say that name. What did you think of this figure? Let me know down in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you next time on That's Just Prime.